Alright guys, welcome back to Pro Wrestling Talk, and I'm back again to talk about this whole Chris Jericho and Matt Riddle beef. So, I only heard about this last night, that Jericho and Riddle are like going back and forth with each other, like Riddle was calling out Jericho and stuff, and I just really want to bring up this tweet somebody said about Jericho's first book that he read. So this guy, Sean McElroy, says this, Matt Riddle, you should read Chris Jericho's first book. Here's a snippet of about how you cut promos and stuff. So basically, stuff like that. So he says, then he says, here's the part in this book where he talks about it. I learned an important lesson. The first of the three sentimental moments in my promo development. I have done interviews about my first match with Bulldog, and I was talking about how old and slow he was. Just burying him, I thought it was pretty good until I walked back to the dressing room and Bulldog stopped me in front of everybody and said, "What the hell are you doing?" Yeah, I'm old, and everybody knows. Yeah, everybody knows it. But I want you to think about this. If I beat you, and I will beat you. What the fuck is fucking mouse? What the fuck? I will beat you, and then you'll just be got beaten by an old man. If you beat me, then you will not be beating me, then you'll be just beating an old man. And then he says here, like, if you talk about how much experience I have and then I have cheated to beat you, then at least you got beaten by an experienced vet. And if you beat me, well fuck, then you just beat an experienced vet. The way it stands right now, you've just pissed all over yourself. You look like a fool either way. He walks away muttering to himself, and then I realized he was right. The first lesson I learned about promos was get out your pen, kid. Was never totally bury your opponent. You can tell jokes and insults what you want, but if you want to build them up to an extent, you're just burying yourself. So what Jericho is saying in this whole thing, in this fucking mouse, is terrible. Damn fucking mouse. He's basically saying that, Matt Riddle is like, he's burying like the vets and stuff, and people pay the way for WWE and shit. And stuff like that. Fucking mouse is terrible. And yeah, that's that. Sorry about this video, guys. It's terrible. So what do you guys think about this whole Jericho thing? I just think that Matt Riddle is just disrespecting the vets that paid the way, and then like he's saying, "Oh, well done, Goldberg." Like Goldberg's a 50-year-old guy, and you've got to remember that he's that whole thing in Saudi Arabia. He's trying to re-erect that, and he's trying to make it better, and for Matt Riddle to just say, "Oh my God, he's great," Matt Riddle is just a pussy, and like, I would love to see him face Goldberg one-on-one. Like, this is a guy that, yes, some people might say he's a star, but I just don't think he's personally a star, in my opinion. He's just one of those guys that is a generic, wrestler. He has no, basically, anything about him. Yeah, I've heard he's technically great, and I've seen a couple of his matches, but I personally, from my personal experience, don't think that he's a top draw. When you look at top draw wrestlers, like, people who draw money, Jericho, Batista, you look at Triple H, Austin, Rock, Cena, Goldberg. These guys draw money, and Matt Riddle cannot keep burying people because he's not bigger than WWE. WWE and he's not bigger than WWE. He's got to remember now, he's in WWE now. This isn't PWG. So you've got to respect people that have actually paid the way for you to actually get here, like people like Triple H and stuff. So yeah, what do you guys think about this whole thing? I'm sorry for the whole fucking mouse thing, but I'll talk to you guys later.